Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no power lifter, but over the past few years of my lifting journey, I have been able to increase my bench quite a bit, from struggling to rep out 135 in Planet Fitness to now being able to comfortably do 4 or 5 sets of 245 pounds. I've done this using what's called progressive overload. So in this video, we're going to run over what progressive overload is and how you can use it to increase your bench press, plus 3 more tips that may also help you increase your bench press. Diving right into it, progressive overload is pushing yourself harder every single time you go to do a workout, whether it be with more reps or a heavier weight. This doesn't only apply to bench press, this can also apply to literally any workout, but we're going to use bench press as an example today. So basically how you progressive overload is you're going to want to focus on 4 working sets. These working sets are going to be the main focus of the lift and what you're also trying to improve your weight upon. But you're going to want to work up to those working sets. If you were to just go from like 0 to super heavy really fast, you're basically going to burn your body out, and you're going to burn out what's called your CNS, your central nervous system. You don't want to do that, so you want to like gradually work up to that weight. Now that you're into your working sets, so our starting point is 4 sets of 8 with 225. You can comfortably do that. The next time you go into your workout, you're going to add 1 rep to 1 set of that workout. So you're going to do 1 set of 9 with 225, and then the other 3 sets you're going to do 8 reps like normal. And then the next time you go into that workout, you're going to do 2 sets of 9, and then 3 sets of 9, and eventually you'll be at 4 sets of 9 with 225. Once you can do that, same thing, but 10 reps. If you're progressing really fast, you can do all 4 sets at once. So like 4 sets of 9, and then the next workout, 4 sets of 10, and then the next. Stomach's growling. Once you can comfortably do 4 sets of 12 with a specific weight, that is when you're going to want to up your weight, and then you can drop your reps back down, rinse and repeat. When it comes to upping your weight, do what's comfortable with you. So you can go as slow as using those little tiny 2.5 pound plates on either side, or if you're feeling really good, you can add the 10s on. That's just what I recently did. I recently moved from 225 to 245. That's a big leap, but you don't have to jump that much. You can jump with a 5 pound plate on either side, a 10 pound plate. And that's basically how progressive overload works. So you're working harder every single time, whether it be with more reps or more weight. And over time, this is a great way to not only keep track of if you're making progress, but ultimately make progress and push yourself harder. Because like I said, growth happens when your body is forced to adapt to new challenges. If you have a day where you're unable to push yourself harder and achieve that progressive overload, this is normal. If you're feeling weaker in the gym, it happens to everybody, and it could be as simple as like you didn't get good sleep last night, or like you don't have the right food in your system. Simply try to do your normal, so like what you did last time, focus on good form, and then come back at it next time, but you don't want to move backwards. Now on to 3 more tips that'll help you increase your bench. But first, if you guys are enjoying this video and you think it's helpful, if you could leave me a like, it helps me out so much, and it only takes you a second. So the first thing is going to be form. If you're benching without good form, you could probably bench a lot more than you are right now. You just don't have the right form. Hand placement. You want your forearms and your elbows to be straight up and down, so the weight is coming down right on your forearms. You don't want to be like in or out. Now there is close grip bench or wide grip bench, but those are different. Those are for like triceps or more chest. We're talking about standard bench here. So it's different for everybody depending on arm length. Personally, I got super long like orangutan arms, so I have to like have a pretty wide grip. But basically you have to go find it for yourself, go test some different things, what feels good for you. But a good rule of thumb is you want your forearms to be straight up and down. The next thing is going to be bench contact points. So the first contact point is going to be your shoulders. You don't want a flat back on the bench. You want to actually drive through your shoulders. So you want to pinch your shoulder blades together and engage your lats. That's what it's called. It's basically like where your lats are like tight and they're flexed, and you're pinching your back together. So you're just driving through your chest and through your lats. But my biggest tip to you is like try to dig your shoulders into the bench and like pinch your shoulder blades together and push your chest out. When it comes to arch, you don't want a ridiculous arch where you're getting like a 1-inch range of motion, but you are going to need some arch just because you are digging your shoulders into the bench. The next point of contact is going to be your butt. You want your butt to be on the bench. And then lastly is going to be your feet. You want your feet to be planted on the ground so you can drive through the ground and get more power out of your bench. So you don't want your feet to be like loose or just laying around, almost like feel like there's energy like pushing through the ground, through your shoulders. You're not just like pushing the weight strictly with just your arms. You want to really be just driving through everything, whether it be your shoulders through the bench, your feet through the ground. And that's going to be proper form on the bench. This is something that takes practice, so get in the gym and actually bench, and eventually you'll have it down. My second tip is going to be supporting muscle groups. So bench is a compound movement, meaning that it's not just one muscle group being worked. Bench is actually using a lot of things, almost your entire upper body. Some specific supporting muscle groups you're going to want to focus to increase your bench press are going to be 1, triceps, 2 is going to be your shoulders. Stronger shoulders leads to better stability leads to a better bench press. Lastly is going to be your lats. So personally for me, when I really started focusing my lats earlier in my gym journey, I saw like a ton of progress on my bench press. Focus like lat pull downs and like lat pullovers and stuff. Having stronger lats can dramatically increase your bench press just because your lats are actually used quite a bit when it comes to benching. The last tip I have for you is going to be nutrition. So protein in specific. After you really break yourself down and you have a heavy bench session, you're going to want the proper recovery, and that requires plenty of protein. I recommend a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Without the proper protein, your body will not have what it needs to rebuild the muscle and come back stronger. So make sure you're getting plenty of protein. Second is going to be carbs. You're going to want to carb up before you bench press because this is going to give you the energy you need to ultimately have a good bench session. So maybe if you're going for like a super hard bench day, have some extra carbs the day before. I personally have a pre-workout meal with carbs every single day. Carbs are going to help you a ton when it comes to energy and actually having good workouts. So make sure you get plenty of carbs before you go to bench press. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've done to increase my bench press over the years. If you're at like a plateau or something like that, and that's why you're looking at these YouTube videos, how to increase your bench, definitely try progressive overload. It's a really good way to push your body a little bit harder and possibly break through that plateau without like stressing yourself out too much. Like a 2.5 pound plate on either side is pushing yourself harder. It's progressive overload, but it's so minimal to you might not even notice it. But over time, it'll make a big difference because ultimately you are working harder and pushing your body harder. Plugs real quick. I am a diet nutrition coach. If you guys are interested in help with your weight loss or fitness journey, you can reach out to me. I wake up every single day with the goal of changing someone's life, whether it be with weight loss, health, or their knowledge around diet and nutrition. And I'm extremely passionate about this. So if you guys are interested, go down in the description below and click the first link. It's a little form you can fill out and schedule a one-on-one call with me. I have a Discord. If you guys have any questions about this video or want to talk to me about other videos, if you have future video suggestions for me, or you just want to be my friend, you can also find my Discord in the description below. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. And yeah, that's going to be all. Peace. I love you.